Welcome back to a brand new edition of Nka, where art meets amazing conversation, where we also get to bring you your favorite creatives, celebrities, and name them. We bring all of it right here on this show. It's a Friday, and yes, of course, it's a Friday feeling over here. TGIF, who is ready for the weekend we do and everything that is gonna go down this weekend. Now, if you have plans of having yourself a boring weekend, this is me telling you to have a change of plan. You see that plan? It's high time you go and change it, because after having a stressful week, why would you have yourself a weekend filled or full of fun memories? Come on, you can do something better. My name is Rochelle, and of course, this is a brand new edition of Nka. We're going to go on a short break. When we come back, the show continues. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You are still watching Nka right here on Afia TV, broadcasting live on the STV channel 254 and Go TV channel 17. Yes, it's the Friday edition of this program, and this is the very last one for this week. And what a better way to wrap it up, rather than bringing you people who are experts, who do great things with their hands and, of course, their mind. Yeah, it starts with the mind and then your hands, practical arts in it, and bringing those dreams into realities. Now, let me spare you those parables and get straight to the point. So tonight I am joined by two amazing human beings. Now, the first person I'm going to be introducing is a woman. I know you're going to say it again. This girl is cheating. Yeah, Rochelle keep cheating. Women supporting women. So anytime we have a man and a woman here, just know that I'm going to introduce the woman first. There are no two ways about it. So I'm first going to be introducing the female, who is a fashion designer. And I really love her name, because I haven't heard or seen someone bearing such name. So her name is Kaosiememma Kanyitoya Uchendu-Edeh. She is the owner of Couture. Good evening, my darling.
Good evening.
I hope I pronounced this name correctly.
Kaosiememma.
Kaosi. Okay, there's something about Igbo. Every tribe, every part of Igbo, have their own tone and tongue. Yeah, so Kaosiememma. Me, I could easily say Kaosiememma. Do you understand? So, but that doesn't mean I'm not getting it correctly. Yeah. Just where I am coming from. But for the sake of you and getting it correctly, Kaosiememma. So I have to, stretch that Ka. Yes. Stress it very well. Yes. It's a pleasure to have you here in our studio tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
If it's the Gen Z, they would say, "Oh, you look demure." That's the latest word right now.
Very classy.
Very classy, yeah. And sit there very quiet. I love that energy. When it's time for you to walk us through your craft, I hope you're gonna do justice to that.
Yeah.
And there is something in front of me. I don't know what it is, but I believe that at the right time you are going to be walking me through what it is that you brought to our doorstep today.
Yeah, I will.
Once again, welcome.
Thank you very much.
And she's not all alone here in the studio. I've also got a gentleman who is seated beside her. Okay, this gentleman, he is an expert in footwear's production, and his name is Eze Chima Philip, the CEO of Delight Footwears. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Delight.
That's me.
How delightful are you?
I'm very much delightful.
You're very much delightful, and you're also happy to be here, right?
Very happy.
Very happy to be here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's also a pleasure to have you two here. So let me ask, the two of you, how has your week been?
It's been very nice.
Is this same thing for you?
Well, for me, it's been very nice and also hectic.
Hectic as well. So do we have any special plans for this weekend?
None for now.
Don't go there. What about you, Delight?
We don't have much plans, except our plans towards next Sunday, next weekend.
What's happening next weekend?
We have a special plan.
Oh, that's when you have a special plan.
Yes, but for this weekend,
nothing. Is there any special thing happening next weekend?
Next weekend, could I say next weekend or first day of
1st of September.
1st of September. That's the day Ijengala edition is holding.
Oh, I
It's a special day,
see.
so,
I see. I see.
we're
You
making
too.
a
I see
special
what you
plan
are
for
doing
that.
right now. Okay, but before that, you can still have yourself a swap weekend. Okay. Let's start the conversation with us getting to know more about you two. So I'm going to start with you, Mr. Delight. Can you tell us a little more about your personality and who exactly is Mr. Delight?
Okay, Mr. Delight is a very simple guy. Yes.
Simple
Easy
guy
going,
to when Kasala boss.
Whenever Katala busts, we know how to handle it.
You know how to handle it.
Calmly
I
and
love
in a
that.
gentle way.
I love that energy.
So,
Okay.
As I have to tell you, and we have announced earlier, I'm a footwear producer.
Okay.
Yes, every type of footwear, both for males and females.
And for females.
Yes, I make it as my handwork. That's my profession, and that's what I do best. And I survive by that. So I don't have limitation. I don't have limitation. I produce everything once.
As long as it's something you can actually try.
Yes, of course. And not just about footwears. I produce leather belts for both male and female, you understand? And as well as bags, wallets, and even senator caps.
Wow. So, you actually do a whole lot.
Yes. Anything about leather crafts. Yes, I'm into that, and I do my best there.
Okay.
So you understand.
All right. You're still going to tell us more about that, but before then, let's get to meet Kaosiememma properly. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, Kaosiememma is a very reserved lady.
You had to start with that line.
Yeah, very reserved. Very reserved.
Okay.
And I'm a multidisciplinary artist.
Okay.
And a fashion designer and the creative mind, the creative director of Couture, where threads are transformed into unique masterpiece. At Couture, we produce handmade crafts that blur the lines between fashion and art. So like I have like a mixed background in art and fashion. So it has helped me to produce works that tells story of both art and fashion, where I've been able to produce wearable arts and soft sculpture figures that tells stories about my heritage, my African IGBO heritage. I make some of my works are like the pom-poms you're seeing here. This is wool balls. I produce this myself.
Okay.
So I use them to make wearable arts. Not just wearable arts. It's not for some of them. I use some of them to create interior decoration stuff that I could keep for in the house. Handbags. I could attach them in the bags, shoes, also for illustrations as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't just make dresses that are just the regular dresses that people wear. I make dresses that invoke feelings that are outstanding and unique. Okay. So that's what Couture is all about.
It's all about.
Yeah.
So you just do all of this. You don't do, the regular kind of wears that we see out there.
Well, I do make the regular dresses I would say out there, but I also my major focus is on the wearable arts because it tells a whole lot of story. It's not something that is regularly seen. I have tried to make things that are unique and outstanding that shows that I'm an artist and also a fashion designer.
Okay, so what actually inspired you, to choose this path of creativity, and how did you get it started? How did it start for you?
Well, I would say my inspiration started from my dad.
Okay.
He's a renowned sculptor in Enugu.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What's the dad's name?
Dr. Oke Ikenebu.
Okay.
Yeah, the Lion at the Unit Park. That's his work.
Wow.
Yes.
Are you serious now? So I'm with the daughter of a big person here.
Yeah, so
okay.
Seeing him create works that are he's a sculptor and he works basically with metal works. So most times I see him work and I'm like, I'm a fashion designer. I make dresses. I could also make dresses that are in sculptural form, that are static. Okay. And also, while I was pursuing my master's degree program in school, University of Nigeria, Nsukka, our lecturer then, he was like that, a fashion designer, we shouldn't just focus on making dresses. We should also have an idea of making things that will help us is partake in exhibitions, art exhibitions, because they're also artists. We have the background of art, so we should produce works that show that we are artists. So I had to think above. I have to look for ways to do things that are not just the regular dresses. So now, having my dad's background, seeing him do his things, I had to okay, he's using sculpture, he's using metals to make works. I could also use that metal to produce dresses by using these wool balls as the outfit.
Okay.
So now the clothes that I make, the sculpture figures that I make, they are amateur. That's the metal in the metal
itself, yeah. Because I saw a video of one that you actually made. You showed us from the first stage to the finishing stage. Yes. I was just wondering, okay, how you had to do the metal part first before you start fixing the wool balls on them. Okay.
Yes. So that's because I have the background, the sculpture, the art sculpture parts in me. Okay. That was what helped me to be able to produce that.
Okay. So how are you doing that as a woman? Doesn't it require extra, muscles?
Well,
the metal part, doesn't it require extra muscles?
What a man can do.
Oh, a woman can do better. Yeah. You all should be very scared of Kaosiememma. So how long does it take you, for you to finish one particular work? How long?
Well, the thing is, if I have the wool balls readily available for me,
okay,
it could take a week if I focus on that. I don't have any distractions. I'm doing this. Highest one should take me a week. That's for the soft sculpture figures. But for the wearables, I also make one of those that can be worn. Just a day.
Just the ones that can be worn.
Yeah.
Okay. So these wool balls, how do you also make them as well? And does it only come in the sizes, or you have the smaller sizes?
There are sizes. There are smaller sizes.
Okay.
Depends on the size that you want. You roll the wool yarn, normal wool yarn that you use for knitting. People use wool for knitting, hair braiding, crocheting, and I'm like, we should do something more with wool. And the idea came, although I saw it somewhere, and I'm like, this could also be useful. And I got the knowledge of how to do it. Putting nails, 2 nails, you roll over, you tie, you cut, and it forms the ball for you.
So before using the wool balls, what else were you using to
Ankara
cover?
Fabrics. I use Ankara fabrics to form balls.
Okay.
So to blend it, showing that I'm an African. Because if I make this and just use it to produce works, it's going to give a mixed feeling.
Okay.
So I had to show people that I'm an African.
This is where you're coming from.
So I had to get Ankara fabrics, create balls with them to mix with this.
Wow, this is such an eye opener. I haven't heard or seen something like this before. And I think it was either a month or a few weeks back. I don't know what I was doing on IG, and then I stumbled on your page. I was like, okay, what is happening here? I cannot really understand. So I had to go through all your posts, for me to be able to understand what exactly, you were driving at. And it's really an incredible one, because I haven't seen or heard someone doing this. So keep it up. You're doing a great job. So Mr. Delight, you are into footwears, everything that has to do with leather. Have you always wanted to do this? Or, some of us, there are some skills that we have right now that we acquired because, we tried the white collar jobs, it didn't work out. Or maybe you tried school and you just realized that your head, if you carry with it, teach you for class. So how did your journey, into footwear making start? What actually prompted you to go into it?
Okay. It started from when I was in secondary school, actually.
Which secondary school is that?
Central Cross Seminary in Soka.
Okay.
You understand? Technical studies and training is part of our curriculum. So it was made compulsory for every student of the school to partake in one. So eventually, initially, I joined the electrical house, but along the line, I found out
were you electrocuted at any point? That you said no, you can't do it.
I had to run for my dear life. And
was it after secondary school?
No, during.
Okay, during secondary school.
Yes.
We said from just
compulsory for every student.
Okay.
Once you're in school.
Okay.
No tie your class or wherever you must.
So you were able to discover your path very early.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was when my passion for leather craft started, and even when I finished with secondary school, I couldn't continue seminary journey, so I had to come out and.
What happened? You were supposed to be a reverend father.
Don't ask me any question
I'm so
about
sorry.
that. So.
Here on Inka, you spill it the way it is. So you still answer that question, but just finish this one. You think I'm letting you go?
So after that, after my secondary school time, I came out to the world and I was freer.
Okay.
I was freer then. During my tertiary studies, I continued with that journey. Then I do.
What did you study in school?
Animal health and production.
Okay.
So even during school, I produced for my family, friends, and so after that, I had to, just like you said earlier, in Nigeria, if you wait for government to give you a job, you wait till infinity. So I decided to venture into footwear production fully, and I started growing, started expanding, gaining more knowledge. The thing is highly vast. Even up till now, I'm still learning because as day goes,
we'll keep having new designs.
New inventions.
You keep upgrading your skill.
When you go online, you see different design from different companies. So you continue to learn, craft new ones, bring in new designs and new concepts.
Okay.
So up till now, even though I can say yes, I'm a professional footwear producer, but I'll still tell you that there are certain ones I don't know yet.
Okay.
So in as much as I'm a professional, I'm also a student in the field.
You're also a student in the field.
So nobody is perfect there.
Yeah, we'll keep learning every blessed day of our life here.
And it only takes I will not say maybe a fool to say he's...
You've arrived, like you know it all. No, so you can never.
Keep on making researches, bringing in from different parts of the world, the designs that are in Asia, in Europe, and as well as US. So we keep on developing every day, and that's what makes us special. So anything you come to our company with, we'll deliver.
Okay. So are you the person that made what you're putting on right now?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so you're repping your brand. Okay. Yes. So, there are so many footwear makers out there. If you go to somewhere in Ogbete now, they have a line, like they are plenty there. But there's just something that distinguishes one person from the other. So for your own brand, the Delight Footwears, how have you been able, to build that credibility, that good image for Delight Footwears?
Okay, I've been able to do that through these ways. Number one, giving out quality products.
Okay.
Number two, delivering on time.
Very important.
It's very important.
The last time I went to that line, I think someone called the police to come pick somebody up. Yeah.
So most of the times, most of the times, you try to make yourself outstanding, like stand out from the crowd.
Okay.
Those things that I used to bring problem all the time. Try to avoid it.
Okay.
And the highest of it is delivering on time.
Yeah.
You understand? When you keep time with your customers, you meet it up. It's very, very pertinent. It promotes your brand. You understand? Giving out quality products and meeting up with targets is very important. And that is what I think has made my brand very unique and outstanding, or maybe special from other ones.
Okay. Are you still in Nsukka or here in Enugu?
I live in Enugu.
Okay, so you're here in Enugu. You have a physical store or you just operate from your home?
I have a physical office.
Okay.
At Owani.
Okay.
So even though I work from home sometimes, but I have an office, a workshop at Owani.
Okay.
So number 14 Okozo.
I did not. You are going to pay me for adverts when you finish.
You gave me room for that.
Excuse me, you were going to pay me for that. Okay. So you made mention of seminary school and you dropping out at some point. So please, can you tell us what actually happened?
I don't want to go back there.
But just give us a snippet of what actually happened.
Anyway, it was never my intention living then, but the situation caused it.
Okay.
And then the family, my father was very ill and there was no one to take care of him actually except me. And my intention then, I wrote a letter of deferment.
Okay.
It was an agreement with the rector that maybe when the issue is settled, I
You
would
can
want to
return.
come back. And he said he accepted to it. But when I could come, the rector has been changed.
Oh,
So it
okay.
became a problem for me coming back. So when I went to the rector who was being transferred to another place, he told me he can no longer do anything, but he would just give me a letter of recommendation.
Okay.
So I went to the current rector then, and he said it doesn't work that way. So that was when I started. I tried going through other institutions, but it never worked out for me as I planned or as I wanted. So I decided to
Move on with life.
move on with life because nobody only prays to the worship God, and nobody only prays to go heaven.
Okay.
So the only thing I have to do is just live my life the way it should be and the right way.
Yeah, and the way it also pleases God as well.
And that's the best thing. So that's why I looked over that and faced my life.
Okay, wow. Okay, that's a great one. So Kaosiememma, you said something about your lecturer back then in school, advising you to come up with works that you can easily take for art exhibition. And you also said something about you heeding to that advice. So what have you been able to do with yourself in terms of featuring on platforms where you have to showcase your talent, your skill?
Well, I've been able to do that by participating in the Life in My City Art Festival. It happens every year.
Okay.
I was among the 100 top artists that was selected for the finals. Although I didn't get to win the award, but I was happy. I was able to showcase my work, and people were like, wow, so something like this exists, and they were like, they're all happy. So that's the first, and I also have one, again, I'm also participating in, which is coming up on the 1st of September at Center for Memories Independence Day in Enugu, titled the Ijengala, the IGBO fashion story. So that event is more like a great avenue for me to also showcase my work and also tell the IGBO story through my wearable arts. It's an event that is happening in Enugu State, and it's a big event that nobody should miss.
Okay, so you have some designs with you here. Can you just walk us through them, what you've got here?
Okay, these are my illustrations.
Okay.
Fashion illustrations.
Okay.
I try to make...
So first you have to illustrate before you have to sketch.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right word that you
You illustrate.
You illustrate.
The idea comes to your mind, then you put it down through your drawings, and then you go out to produce.
Okay. Okay.
So these illustrations are unique.
Can you raise it up a bit? Yeah.
So
okay.
I try to use mixed media. After the painting, I also apply stones. These are stones. So to show that I have this combination of both art and fashion, trying to mix medias to produce works. This also, I use fabric.
Okay, just turn it this way. Yeah,
I use fabric.
Wow, this is so fine.
And stone. Okay, so sometimes, normally we use just the color to color them, but I said, let me make it to look more real and like in a 3D form. So I use fabrics and stones to bring them out, not just the color. Like this one also.
This is so beautiful.
These stones. Then I also this is a regular Igbo wrapper.
Yeah.
I try to replicate here. Opener, I think it's called opener. The Igbo fabric is called opener. Then I use this sequence to bring them out, telling my African Igbo heritage. This steel fabric. All are done with fabric. Although this is a painting, I didn't use fabric here.
Okay.
This was painted. These dots you are seeing here, I made use of cutters, the normal female cutters, to bring them out.
Wow.
With this also. These glitters you're seeing here, we are made with cutters.
Okay.
So I use various medias to create my work. I don't just focus on one. I try to explore with other materials, art materials.
Okay. Wow. This is just beautiful, to say the least.
Thank you.
So in the course of doing your job, are there challenges associated with it?
Well, I would say the major challenge I've had so far is being recognized and being appreciated, my work.
Okay.
Because in this part of the world, people hardly appreciate art. You get, so when they say they'll be like, what's this one? What's this one? And then being that my works, my wearable arts, and all regular dresses that you see,
Okay.
they are thought provoking. You'll be like, what's this one? What's this one? It's only someone that has the keen eye and value for art that will see the beauty and the work that I put in to produce this work. So for me, it's just being recognized and being appreciated, because even though it could kill one's morale, but you have to keep doing what you have to keep doing to show them that you know what you're doing and you're good at it. With time, people get to appreciate it. I hope that people get to see the beauty in it and also venture into it.
Okay, so what do you think like you should do, and what probably, should I say, government and private individuals would do, you know, for what you are doing right now to excel?
Well, I would say organizing arts exhibition, art festival.
Okay.
Probably also art workshops.
Okay.
Fashion art workshop, or the two, merging the two together, whereby we could also go to secondary schools to teach them this, let them know that something like this exists, that is something that they can also do. So if things like this happen, it could make the world here to know that this is happening and it can be done.
Okay, all right. Mr. Delight, so what would you also identify as challenges to your own skill?
Okay, the first challenge we have is means of sourcing the materials.
Yeah, you know, I was going to ask, you said you deal on leathers. How do you go about with getting your leather materials here?
It's a very big challenge to us, but most of the times we travel to Lagos or to Aba to get some. So Aba is our major market, and I see it as a challenge, because if had it mean there is maybe leather industry in Enugu, or even in the east, it will be easier and cheaper for us.
Talking about leather, Aba is not in the east.
Anyway, Aba is in the east, but there is no leather factory.
Okay, in Aba?
Yes.
Okay.
You understand?
So you have to go to Lagos for the leather factory?
You can only get factories in the north.
Oh, in the north? Oh,
yes.
Wow. Okay.
So Lagos and Aba, we just get it from the importers.
Okay.
The foreign ones, by the importers. But if you want to get locally made leathers, you go to Kano and Kaduna. And that's the only place, I think, except there is any other place I have not known yet. But importers get us leather, we get it in our area, and they are very costly, because import duty is rising every day. So they are very costly. And the other challenges we are getting is the market.
Okay.
To market our products. And most of the times, our people prefer buying foreign products more than patronizing locally made ones.
So that mindset, we don't have that mindset yet about patronizing our own.
Locally, yes.
Okay.
It's a very good challenge to our work. You understand? I would advise our people to look down. You understand?
But don't you think like people in your field, they also contribute to it as well? Because sometimes white people would want to go for the foreign brands, it's just because of quality.
Okay, most of the times it's not just about quality.
I know, yeah. Yes. Maybe I want to belong to a particular class. Yes. Oh, I'm wearing this. I'm wearing this popular name. I'm wearing this one. I'm wearing that one. Yeah.
When you talk about Versace, you talk about Louis Vuitton, all these Italian fashion designers wearing their brand. I belong. It's costly. Is a foreign product, and something like that. So, but when we begin to develop the mindset of let us patronize our own, let us support our people, our economy will keep growing. You understand? But when we support other foreign brands, it affects our economy, affects our local producers. So I will also call on the government to do something about that, because they are the major subject.
Okay, how do you think they can come in?
Okay, they can bring out acts. You understand? That would enforce patronizing locally made goods. And it's hard to start from them. Because when, I'm sorry to say that.
You see this, Mr. Delight, you're just to come, but there's this violence inside you. Go ahead.
Non-violent in nature. You will see a politician, you would want to maybe get a car. Innocent is there. And some other assembling companies or branches in Nigeria, they will not talk about that. They will go and, where is Toyota? Where is... So, it's better. Once we have what it takes to give out what is needed, they should support us. They should support us. When Innocent grows, Innocent does what? Innocent employs youths, keeping them busy, resourceful. And he cannot employ 10 persons when he does not make maybe income that will do what? Pay their salary,
10 persons.
buy raw materials, pay for utilities. And it's when we patronize him, he would be able to do that. If we buy one today, he will produce 2 tomorrow. And it only takes more than 1 staff to produce 2. And when he produces 2, tomorrow we buy the 2. He will employ more staff to produce 3. And once this, we will have circular flow of income within, and our economy will be growing. Our economy will be growing. They say idle mind is a devil's workshop.
Yeah.
When the youths are idle, they will begin to think this, think that, and that. These days, you see suicide, you see crimes, vices here and there, because youths are not employed. You understand? And also, I call on the government to do what? Help us with markets, source of raw materials. Because if you get raw materials, you don't get market to sell what you produce.
Another
wahala.
Yeah.
You understand? So this is my advice, not advice, because they know what is good. So understand? I'm making it as a request.
Okay.
So that is it.
Okay. Hopefully your request gets to the right persons and of course the right table. I still have the Chief Executive Officer of Delight Footwears and the person of Eze Chima Philip, aka Mr. Delight, and of course Couture right here with me, the special lady with the special name, Kaosiememma Kanyitoya Uchendu-Edeh. We're going to go on a short break. When we come back, it's going to be something else right here on Nka. Make sure you do not go anywhere. Yes, of course, this is still Nka, the Friday edition of the show, and of course, the very last one for this week. I still have Kaosiememma Kanyitoya Uchendu-Edeh with me in the studio, and of course, Eze Chima Philip, aka Mr. Delight. Once again, my name is Rochelle, and you are welcome back to Nka. So it's not time for us to give our guest our not so little and not so big surprise. I hope they love it. Yeah. So do you two like surprises?
Who don't like surprise?
Who don't like surprise?
Maybe that, you know.
Okay.
Like surprises.
Kaosiememma, are you speechless at this point? You're speechless. Okay, let's see how much of speechless you can be tonight. Yeah, we've got something on them. Let's feast our eyes on the screen and see what's going to pop up. And see who's going to be surprised and who won't be surprised. Okay, is this also part of the surprise? What's happening? So who's that person on the screen? Who's the owner of that picture?
Kaosiememma Kanyitoya Uchendu-Edeh.
Okay. Wow. Okay, yes, you're saying wow. It will get to a point that you move from wow to Hopefully it doesn't get there. But let's see. Let's see if it's going to happen. So from wow to what?
Fresh girl.
Fresh girl. Was this a UNN?
No, I've graduated here. This is 2015.
Okay.
2015. I was actually doing my master's here.
Oh, you're doing your master's here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Came back home.
You're such a bright student. You even went further to do masters.
Yeah.
Some persons with blockhead won't even think about
Still
it.
under fashion design.
Oh, still under fashion design.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still the same thing. Even some persons, even if you even tie their 2 hands and legs, they won't still do it. You look so young here.
Thank you. 2016, I guess.
2016.
Yeah, 2016.
See you. Young you. Hey, who's that hot mama?
It's me, oh.
Okay, so that's just that for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so Delight, it's your turn.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Can you remember the year you took this picture?
I think that was on 10th October 2018.
2018. You
Yes.
really have retentive memory.
Yes, that was a special day for me.
Especially for you?
Yeah.
Was it your birthday?
It's not actually my birthday, but I had a special meeting with my mother
Okay.
that day.
Okay.
2 months ago.
Okay. This one is very recent. 2 months ago is not old. Let's see what's next.
It should be on the 29th of June.
This year.
Yeah,
Okay.
in my workshop.
Oh, in your workshop. Yeah, I can see the footwear that you hung there on the wall.
It's a big surprise.
Okay, so we've come to the end of that part of the show. Hope you two enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was
You
very
did?
enjoyable.
Did you? You did. Okay, so it's now time for us to play games.
Okay.
Yeah, enough of talk about work and life. So it's not time for us to play games, unwind. That's basically what Nka is all about. So we have 2 games to play here. The first one is called This or That. So on This or That, I ask you between this and this, you have to choose one. And your response comes in as prompt as possible. So I'm asking and you're responding immediately. No breathing space, no gap. That's just how the game goes. Okay. So are we cool? Are we good with that?
Yeah, we are.
All right. So I'm going to start with you, Kaosiememma. So This or That game. Yeah. Let's get to know some things you like. So best place to live in the East, Enugu over.
Enugu.
Egusi onubo.
Egusi.
Abacha pizza.
Abacha.
Sito traditional. Clothing or sleeping.
Sleeping.
Call or text.
Text.
Light skin men or dark skin men.
Dark skinned men.
Loyalty or respect. You're wasting time.
I didn't go.
Okay, so chicken or goat's meat.
Chicken.
Egusi or bono.
Egusi.
Fufu or amala.
None.
Wow, none. Okay, so what do you not eat then?
Semovita.
Rich girl, rich woman. Moi moi or akara.
Moi moi.
Puff puff or burns.
Puff puff.
Fried rice or jollof rice.
Jollof.
Asin or nkwobi.
Nkwobi.
A round of applause for you. Yeah, you did well. Okay, Mr. Delight, it's your turn. So best place to live in the East, Enugu.
Enugu.
Egusi onubo.
Onubo.
Abacha pizza.
Abacha.
Sito traditional. Clothing or sleeping.
Sleeping.
Call or text.
Text.
Light skin women or
Light.
dark skin. So loyalty or respect.
Pardon?
Loyalty or respect.
Loyalty.
Chicken or goat's meat.
Chicken.
Egusi or bono.
None of the above.
None of the above. What did I eat?
I can replace with vegetable soup.
Vegetable soup. Correct, man. Fufu or amala.
Fufu na.
Moi moi or akara.
Moi.
Puff puff or buns.
Buns.
Fried rice or jollof rice.
Jollof rice.
Asin or nkwobi.
Nkwobi.
Nkwobi. All right, a round of applause for you. You
Thank
did
you.
absolutely well. Yeah. So we've come to the end of round 1. Now we are going to the final one. So it's called impression game. So we have different performers. We have comedians. We have actors. We have musicians. So you two tell me, who are your favorite performers? Just one person each.
As a comedian, I prefer Uncle Shy.
Uncle who?
Uncle Shy.
Uncle Shy. Okay. So what about you? Who are you choosing?
I would say I'm a big fan of Brain Jotter,
Okay.
but I cannot be.
I did not tell you to do anything. I don't know what you mean by that. Choose one person, please.
Brain Jotter.
Brain Jotter.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what you two are going to be doing for us? You are going to be mimicking the persons that you chose, at least for not less than 30 seconds. Mm-hmm.
I better get out.
I even felt attacked at some point. Yeah, but that's Brain Jotter for you. Okay, Mr. Delight, what about you?
Udele.
Okay, just that. I said for 30 seconds, so you should not just be giving me one-line statements, please. So, do you have something else you can do?
Udela de ganta.
I don't understand that dialect.
That's in Soka.
That is in Soka,
Yes.
okay.
The young man is from Soka. And,
Okay.
He's a moral comedian.
Okay. All right. Once again, a round of applause for yourselves, you know. Yeah, so we've come to the end of the game segment and of course the end of the show. Okay. Thank you, gentleman and woman, not lady, for coming here on Uncut tonight. It's our pleasure.
Thank you
very much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay, and this is how we're going to be wrapping it up for this week. It's been one hell of a fun week here. Next week is going to be another time for us to continue with bringing you your one and only Nka, the show where art is fully expressed, and you know, art also meets conversation, fun times, and great memories. My name is Rochelle. Thank you once again for joining us for tonight's edition of the show. Let's do this again next week. And make sure you have yourself a fantabulous and splendid weekend.